Welcome to How to Rock Spirit's Sun-Moon Alchemy series. This audio was compiled and recorded by Dustin Cormier, a Leo Ascendant Scorpio with Sagittarius Moon, born in the year of the Metal Ram. All the possible Western Sun and Moon sign combinations can be found and learned about here. This information is for educational purposes only. I do not own any of the following content. For more astrology lectures and my own Cosmic Consciousness audio lecture series, check out How to Rock Spirit's YouTube channel, where I rap about everything from philosophy and transpersonal psychology, to psychedelic spirituality, to tantric and occult mysticism, and even to Marx and Engels and the materialist sciences. See you there! Sun in a water sign. Basically motivated by deep emotional yearnings and desires. Recharges energy through intense emotional experience and intimate involvement with people. Sun in Cancer. Experiences strength through nurturing, sensitive, mother-like qualities. Feels instinctive urge to protect one's ego. Builds inner self a nest from which it can safely radiate. Levels of vitality and creative energy depend on moods, and so are difficult to maintain. Expresses self creatively through emotions, and feels need to be recognized for sensitivity. Sense of individuality is expressed most clearly in a familiar, sheltered environment or situation. The moon sign and its element. These notes are also still from Stephen Arroyo's Chart Interpretation Handbook. The element of the moon sign represents an attunement from the past that manifests automatically, a mode of feeling and being that one needs to be aware of in order to feel inwardly secure and at home with oneself. This element and experiences related to it feed your need to feel right about yourself. This element and experiences related to it feed your need to feel right about yourself. By such modes of self-expression, you are satisfying a deep inner need that can give stability to your entire personality. The moon's element also shows how you react instinctively to all experiences, with what energy you spontaneously adjust yourself to the flow of life. Moon in air signs. Reacts to changing experiences with forethought and objective evaluation. Feels comfortable with self when expressing ideas and interacting socially. Moon in Aquarius. Reacts unpredictably, eccentrically, and with detached objectivity. Feels secure when exercising complete freedom of ideas, self-expression, and innovation. Responds individualistically based on sense of self as unique, altruistic, and socially conscious. Needs to interact socially in order to feel emotionally centered and right about self. Nurtures others by encouraging their freedom and feels supported when given complete autonomy in return. A need for emotional independence can cause alienation from one's true feelings and aloofness towards the sensitivities of others. The following information comes from Isabel Hickey's Astrology, a Cosmic Science, copyright 1992 by Isabel M. Hickey Trust. Moon in Aquarius. Progressive. Can bring difficult lessons through erratic and ill-considered actions. Good minds, but erratic and unstable. Much originality of thought if it can get out of rigid thought patterns. A very cold-feeling nature because of not understanding the other fellow's needs. Aquarius is a mental sign, not emotional at all. Feelings are cramped and limited and do not operate freely. A strong selfishness behind a friendly manner. Often has arthritic conditions in later life due to rigid will and crystallizations of emotions. In a male chart, attracts a fixed and stable partner that cannot be pushed but can be coaxed. Sun-Moon Alchemy, the elemental combinations of the sun sign and the moon sign. The following information comes from Charles and Susie Harvey's Sun Sign Moon Sign, copyright Charles and Susie Harvey 1994, again in 2003, first published by Aquarian 1994. Each sun-moon type is a combination of elements. In the following descriptions of the element combinations, please remember that the pairing can be either way around. For example, a fire-earth combination refers equally to sun-fire, moon-earth, as it does to sun-earth, moon-fire. There will be subtle differences, but the dynamic is generally the same. Air-water combinations. Air and water together produce mist, which is a seemingly insubstantial, rather ethereal mixture. In fact, this combination of mind and emotion can produce a wonderful sense of humor and an extremely creative imagination, making for an equal interest in both sciences and the humanities, in people and things, in fact and fiction. This individual is enormously sensitive and potentially insightful, but may need to exert terrific effort in handling the real world. It is potentially a romantic, poetic combination, powerfully expressive and often theatrical. The Welsh poet Dylan Thomas, with Sun in Scorpio and Moon in Aquarius, expressed this ironic blend of mind and heart in a note about his collected poems. These poems, with all their crudities, doubts, and confusions, are written for the love of man and in praise of God, and I'd be a damn fool if they weren't. When the sun is in air and the moon in water, the individual may be a thinking type who consciously reflects upon the mysteries of life. This person thinks they are a free spirit, but soon finds out how deeply attached they have become. The Scottish birth control campaigner Marie Stopes, Sun in Libra, Moon in Pisces, was typical of the combination in her idealism, which was concerned with the realm of human values and the mysterious world of feeling and emotion. She expressed this well when she said, "There is nothing in the world I so reverence as beauty, whether of the world or of character or in a soul." Shadow. The air-water type may sometimes get confused as to whether they are thinking or feeling something. An apparently detached viewpoint may in fact be tinged with personal bias. This individual may also experience a mind-emotion split, feeling both emotionally involved and even dependent, and yet detached from the object of their affections at another level. In general, there can be a tendency for a rich imagination to remain somewhat up in the air, and for procrastination and an impractical approach to limit the possibilities of successful self-expression. If water is the stronger element, there can be intense emotionality, receptivity, and self-dramatization, but with a lack of strategy about one's creative energies. If air is the stronger element, the individual initiates well-thought-out schemes, but they may lack that touch of originality which comes from the depths of an inspired heart. To find out which element is stronger, you need to know further details about the horoscope, such as whether there are several planets in water or air. Relationships. The air-water type is interested in relating and communicating, and makes a delightful and stimulating partner. But there may be a kind of divine discontent in this individual, a sort of unconscious yearning for something more, and a sense that the grass is greener somewhere else. Relationships can be problematic because there is a need for intimacy and security, as well as for variety and change. Women with the moon in a water sign may tend to gravitate towards men with a strong water component, for they will help bring out their sense of femininity, which could otherwise get suppressed and intellectualized. For similar reasons, men with the moon in an air sign may find themselves drawn to air-type women, with whom they will feel a spontaneous affinity. It may be possible for this combination to drift into new intimacies without realizing it is even happening, and they would expect to be able to remain friends with all past lovers. Male versus female. This combination is probably best handled by females who can stay in touch with their feelings and also reflect on them without too much distress. The female role requires diffuse awareness, the ability to be aware of many different things at once, and it also requires tremendous adaptability, which this combination provides. It is likely that males will tend to polarize towards the mental and intellectual dimension, defending themselves against the overt expression of feelings. This will especially be the case when the moon is the water element. The following observations about your Sun-Moon combination are drawn from insights gained from astrologer Jefferson Anderson's book, Sun Sign, Moon Sign, an observation of many different individuals. The writing itself comes from Mantak Chia and William U. Wei's Cosmic Astrology. Copyright 2012 by North Star Trust, published by Destiny Books. Sun in Cancer, Moon in Aquarius. The diehard. You have remarkably astute intuition and perception. Others may find you somewhat self-important and assuming, because you always have a ready answer or belief. You are one or two steps ahead of everyone else. You become testy with those who fail to see things the way you do, or who cannot understand the truth the way you may have just discovered. Searching for new frontiers is the focus in your combination because of Cancer's depth and sensitivity to their surroundings. It can also bring about the flaky crank or fanatic, but ideally the result is the interested and devoted politician, humanist, or researcher. You are different from other Cancers because of that offbeat and unusual imagination of yours. You are the first to experience something new and different. There is nothing very careful about you. Your deep internal restless spirit pushes you on, as does your independent thought. Either that will result in lasting achievements or absurd rebellion. This impatience and intellectual arrogance can be your undoing. Your complete apathy toward the beliefs of others may cause you to lose out on much of what life has to give. When young, you no doubt saw yourself as a white knight, righting wrongfulness. Eventually, reality and recognizing your own limits either nurtured a more realistic viewpoint or led to a sense of disenchantment and, perhaps, acrimoniousness. Cynicism may have come about. Drowning yourself in some radical group that promises heaven is possible. Fanaticism or passionate dedication to a cause or political theory may be an alluring last resort for the disenchanted. That is not the case, fortunately, for most Cancer Aquarians. You may very possibly seek a technical or scientific vocation with your scientific mind and wild imagination, but your strong social consciousness could lead you into humanistic endeavors, politics, or law. You are dedicated to pursuing your own unique path toward wisdom, accuracy, and self-realization. Many Cancer Aquarians are haunted by mental disarray. Your mind inclines toward drifting in the classroom, on the job, or in discussions. You dream about some new concept or unfinished project and stare into space when you should be paying attention. Locating something absorbing enough to hold your attention for a time is difficult because your curiosity is interminable. You no doubt feel a strong sense of duty, as all Moon and Aquarius natives do. Notes from Charles and Susie Harvey's Sun Sign Moon Sign. Sun in Cancer, Moon in Aquarius. Your greatest strengths. Ability to reach out to your public and communicate your ideas with force and conviction. Compassion and respect for the rights of all people. A fine intellect. Vivid imagination. Tenacious loyalty to friends and family. Your greatest weaknesses. Tendency to fly into the sanctuary of your mind when you are beset by emotional problems. Propensity to mother the world and to take on too many burdens and to attract eccentric people in situations that, although they bring excitement, actually mitigate against your essential peace of mind. Images for integration. A mother and child skip down the street arm in arm to attend the Vision for World Peace charity fete at the park. The world as family. A science museum inside a restored medieval castle. Karl Orff's Carmina Burana.